Did you know that the Roman Empire is the largest empire in the ancient world, as its lands extended across the three of the world continents of the world at that time? Rome controlled all the regions surrounding the Mediterranean Sea, and everyone had to pay of Roma's luxury, whatever grains, taxes, gold, slaves, to the point that a third of population of Rome were slaves, the most important commodity at that time. The city of Rome was founded by Romulus, who killed his brother Remus. According to legend, both of them were breastfed by a wolf. This legend has become a symbol of the city of Rome now. The ancient Roman kingdom developed after rule of 7 kings. The first one was Romulus into the Roman Republic, which was ruled by the Senate. During the period of the Roman Republic, which was marked by a number of important historical stories and events recorded by history, Rome was a fertile subject for all researchers in this field. The most prominent of these events was the slave revolt and Rome's epic war with Hannibal. Many important figures also appeared, such as Scipio, the skilled general who was able to defeat Hannibal and invade North Africa, Pompey the senator in Rome, and the general who put an end to the slave revolt. Marius the brilliant politician who was elected consul 6 times and seized power in Rome. One of the most important figures of the Roman Republic was Julius Caesar, who, with his unique political acumen, was able to become the sole consul of Senate. After his victory over Gaul, his subjugation of Spain, the annexation of Egypt, and his marriage to Cleopatra, Caesar returned to Rome and began to make major changes in the Roman system, including the Roman calendar, starting the construction of Julia Basilica, and most important, his declaration of a permanent dictatorship in 44 BC. The same year, he was assassinated, and this is considered the end of the Roman Republic era. The era of emperors started with Augustus the first emperor. Rome was rich before Augustus, but his policy, which relied on conquest and reconstruction, military dominance with one of the most powerful armies in history, also commercial control, the expansion of empire's land, the collection of taxes and fees from the conquered areas, and obtaining agricultural produce from them, in addition to presence of a strong army, helped stabilize Rome. A succession of Roman emperors after Augustus preserved the Roman legacy, including Tiberius, in whose time Jesus Christ was crucified, Trajan, the most popular of all emperors, Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor. Some emperors were not at the same level of greatness. Rather, it can be said that they were crazy. The most famous of these are Caligula and Nero. Caligula was completely insane emperors. He ordered to build a bridge of boats just to drive his chariot on them. Among his strangest deeds was he decided to attack Britain. But as soon as he reached the canal, he ordered the army to collect the shells to celebrate his victory over Neptune, the god of sea. When he returned back to Rome, he declared himself a god, built his own temple, and forced the senators to serve him as priests in his temple. Also, he declared that he would make his horse a senator or even consul. In 41, the courtiers and the officers conspired to kill him. Nero was one of the psychologically abnormal emperors. Nero was free to satisfy his passions as bisexual. He married his castrated slave in a mock wedding ceremony, also abused married women and men, married more than one woman. In addition to the most horrific events in history of Rome, he burned Rome and remained singing during the fire. He pinned the blame on Christians, abused them, persecuted them severely, to the point that he would cover their bodies with bulgar and set them on fire as live human torches in the circus. Finally, he has been declared a public enemy by the Senate and committed suicide on June 68 AD. The army is one of the reasons for the renaissance of the Roman Empire, as its wonderful organization and availability of military equipment, which was considered advanced at that time, is one of reasons for the stability of Rome and its ability to control the lands around Rome. The great empire lasted for 500 years before its fall, and even when Roman Empire fell, it did not end, but rather another great empire rose through it, which is the Byzantine Empire, and that is another story.